I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. Nap town. I be that more you gon' remember. Sahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. Sahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. Back up on me, Shirley. Back up on me, Shirley. Shirley, back up. Back up on me, Shirley. Back up on me, Shirley. Hey, Shirley, back up on me, man. Listen. Welcome. Welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I'm your silly host. I'm the goofy host. Nah. Back up on me, Shirley. Back up on me, Shirley. Hey, Shirley, back up on me, Shirley. Shirley, I don't want no trouble. Hey, Shirley, I don't want no trouble. For real, Shirley, please. Can somebody tell Shirley back up on me? Shirley, please, back up on me, Shirley. Let's end this, Shirley. Shirley, you ain't got no win. You ain't gonna win. Remember that old thing? You can win, Jesse. You can win. Shirley, you can't win. For real, Shirley, you can't win. You know, family. Salute Islam. Peace and love, family. Welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I'm your host, Brother Tonka Bay. I'm the realest guy. Hey, listen. I'm going to keep it a... Listen. I know some of y'all who not used to the show would think that, man, they finally got him backed in the corner. So I know some of them Moors that don't like me, they got me. They like, oh, man, they finally got him in the corner. And then I do that Alli rope-a-dope on him. I do that Alli rope-a-dope on him. Bam, bam. Get up off me. Bam, bam. Get up off me, Shirley. Come on, Shirley. You and Sadiq now. They be thinking they have me. See, Trey. They be thinking I'm in the corner. They be thinking, oh, Alli going down. Alli going down. And then I just rope-a-dope on him. I do that. Shaw. Thanks for the cash app, Shaw. Shaw, and I rope-a-dope on him. Y'all love it. I rope-a-dope. Bam, bam. That's how I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, hit him with that demonstrate. Look like, oh, they got him now. They be like, yeah, they got him now. Oh, bam, bam. Back up on me, Shirley. Back up on me. You and your squad, man. You got to back up off me. I don't want no trouble. All we want is answers. What's up, Ben did that? Ben did that cash is. Ben did that cash is. Culture Mix, what's happening? We got some guests in the building tonight. The real Black Panther Party, Revolutionary Black Panther Party. We're gonna question them too, but man, I'm gonna tell you, they got some real to lay out, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves in a minute. Give people a chance to get in, acclimate themselves. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen. If y'all are not following this story, it's kind of hard to speak on it. You have to be able to follow it to speak on it. When people say, I seen somebody write a post and say, man, y'all was just cool just a week ago. Yeah, it was all good just a week ago. It was all good just a week ago until I just asked the question. It was good until I asked the question. Where you know this police from? I mean, Ali from? Ali? Did he say Ali? Or did he say, I'm leaving? Did he say Ali? Big Shirley, where do you know Ali from? See, we was at a formation. We was at a formation in 2014. Scooby-Doo got shot. The mystery van came up. I was right there with the protesters. I mean, I was standing in solidarity, and the mystery man showed up. Shaggy and all the rest of the crew, they was falling behind. In fact, they was getting maced. I had my hands in the air. I said, no! I didn't want no trouble. But here go Scooby and Shaggy. Shaggy gets up off the ground. Scooby runs around. Daphne, with her crazy self, she wasn't even in solidarity. Daphne, she was getting tased on the ground. I just said, my hands up. I told everybody put their hands up. And that's where I met Ali at. He was right there. What'd you say, Shirley? What'd you just say, Shirley? You for real? Anybody? Hey, family. I got the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. Give me like 5 minutes. They're coming in a minute. Anybody ever check out Shirley talk? Is it me? Or do she really talk in circles? Even when she was on the show, I want you to watch my body language. Even when she was on the show, I was like, but now, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I ain't gonna front. I don't want talk. I don't want Monday Night Quarterback because I did support her. I thought she was real. I thought she was a real one. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? But I always leave reservations just in case you're trying to pull a smooth one on me. And unfortunately, you tried to pull a smooth one. But I'm like, why she talk so in circles? The other day I was researching and I've come into some interviews. I'm like, she just speak babbling, talking and on and on and on and on. Ain't said nothing. Ain't said nothing. But what I do come to see is that she's ambulance chasing, she's tragedy chasing, and she ain't doing nothing for no community. Just because you jump in front of a camera when a tragedy happens to our people, that doesn't mean that you uplifting or that you are doing the things necessary. What is described for Black Panther is supposed to do. You're supposed to be protecting your community. Not soon as somebody reach a tragedy, you right there in front of the camera. Yeah, that's necessary too, to bring attention to that. But on a daily basis, the Panthers was feeding the community and protecting community daily. They wasn't waiting for a tragedy to happen and running up saying, here I am, give me an interview. They was doing what they had to do outside of the camera. This is what blows me away with all this madness, man. So we got the good family in the building tonight. Salute, family. I'm glad to have you on. I will allow you to introduce yourself. Let me make sure first that you are able to be heard. So, family, I want to welcome the Revolutionary Black Panther Party in the building. I'll allow them to introduce themselves, and then we'll go forward with this interview. Again, I'm going to tell everybody that I'm not going to, trust me, I want everybody to know that I don't want to use this interview as, I don't want to weaponize the interview, if you will, but I do want to get to the truth. So I don't want to seem like that I'm pushing the agenda to weaponize the interview, one against one person or one group against another. However, I'm going to ask the real questions, and if anybody in the chat feel as though that I'm weaponizing this interview, I want you to say something, because that's not my intention. And what I mean by weaponizing an interview is that I'm just leading on questions that is going to be antagonistic to another group or something like that. But what I really want to do is just get to the facts, and so we can see what this revolution movement looks like. And our brothers and sisters right here qualify as the legitimate representation of what we need to do, then we need to be joining, supporting, and endorsing 1,000%. Because it's enough of the fakes that we done pointed out. There's enough of the fakes that we've been pointing out. And so we need to get past the fakes. We need to get past the fakes and find out the real. If you are a real revolutionary, and I'm not going to be beefing with you about some nonsense in 2 or 3 weeks because you want to try to hide stuff, hit me up. You're welcome to come on Morris Real TV and talk about the work that you're doing, because the people need to not give up hope. I mean, indulge me real quick, family. The people need to not to give up hope. I'm looking at a lot of comments where people are talking about, I gave up on organizations. I gave up on the Black Power group. I gave up on this, that, and the third. We don't need to give up. We need to give up on the fakes. That's it. But we need to, the same way I point out the fakes, we got to discover the real. And that's how we got to move. Don't give up on organization, because organization is the way that we get in this situation. These ops are organized. That's an organized effort. And in order to combat it, we must be organized in that same vein, but on a higher vibration. The lower vibration will never win. That's what it is. So with that being said, I'll shut myself down and I'll allow our guests to introduce themselves, and I'll take it from them when they're finished. Peace and love, family. Welcome to Morris Real TV. The floor is yours.
Peace. Thank you.
Well, I'll go ahead and start off everything. I am the General President, Ahamara, of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party, Louisville, Kentucky chapter. This is our Minister of Defense and Minister of Information, Dre Dawson. And this is Ogier Gibbons, another one of our comrades, our specialty. So why we even in a situation of today, because the same things that you all discovered, he discovered them a long time ago. But not to say it like that, but it's been a long journey.
Well, can you give us a basic recap of, just give me a small window into your journey, because you say it's been a long journey, but give me a small window into your journey, and then I will talk about how I came upon discovering you. But shout out to my sister who reached out to you and arranged this interview, because Sister Tiffany is doing some marvelous work, and I just got to give her a salute for reaching out to you. But I have seen that article, and I want to talk about that article. But can you give us a snapshot into your journey into I'm gonna call it the revolutionary movement, if you will, and maybe we can pass it down to each one and give us a quick snapshot.
Okay, you want to start?
I think he's asking an introduction.
Oh, okay. Well, it started like this. Around, because our Founders Day is November the 8th. Oh, not the party?
Yeah.
How did I get introduced to Black Power? I was raised that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Give me your introduction into the Black Power movement, or the revolutionary movement, if you will. Each of y'all, you know what I mean? How did you, like, for instance, I joined the Moorish Science Temple of America in like 1990, you know what I'm saying? And so what was your introduction into the Black Power movement?
Oh man, I'll sum it up to maybe like 2014. I used to live in New York, and I learned a lot of stuff. I used to live out in Brooklyn, and I ran into a lot of elders and information. Like I said, again, it was something I was kind of just raised with, but actually getting into consciousness as for itself, I became more in tune and more awakened to a lot of information around 2014. I would say that was the time period for me. Started to learn new stuff about religion. It really started there. It was a spark with religion, and then I learned just so much information, even into spirituality. I've always been a person, especially through spaces like social media, that I always wanted to give out information, and I did that through my voice, you know what I'm saying, and through writing and things of that nature. I also established a school. It was early in 2010. It was my first time having it like actually open, but it even started there. You know, I was like, what do we need to do to make sure that our children are receiving the right information and stuff like that? So I founded my school. I did that. I did that first after I graduated from college. So it's always been a part of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always loved myself. I always prided myself on being Black. You know, just in general. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all Black people are that way, but a lot of us are. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing. It wasn't new or something that I had to familiarize myself with, you know what I'm saying? Because I was born with it. You know what I mean? So
Oh, shoot. I was born with it too, I guess. I remember being 6 years old and my big cousin reading Malcolm X, the autobiography of Malcolm X to me. And, you know, I've always been in like talented and gifted and advanced classes. So I've always been the only Black person in my classes a lot of times when I was coming up. So that made me very much more conscious of who I am. It was about 2005 when I left Howard University because I saw how Black it wasn't. And I came back and went to University of Louisville for Pan-African Studies. And that really opened up everything else to me. Since then, I've been doing work, but I've always been doing work in the community, feeding people every Christmas with my family, giving out clothes. You know, we just grew up that way. So, yeah.
Salute.
Peace, brother. It's just like everybody else is saying. It seems we were all fortunate to come up with a sense of black pride in our life. When I was in school, there was a family in our community that opened their home to the Black people, and the Black Student Union and all these types of things happened in the basement of their home because they didn't have a space for us. So I've always been around some elders that made it their business to teach the youth respect and responsibility and how to move forward the way we should instead of dragging each other down the way some like to. And you just pay that forward through life. You know, it's not really something, it's not about organizations or movements, it's about the people. It's about helping people and doing what's right.
Indeed. So let's get straight to it. Somebody said, are y'all all family? They look like family. Yes, absolutely, they family. You said that you're blood related.
We are family. No, we not blood related. That's how you gotta do. That's how you gotta be in this work, man. You gotta be family. You gotta be tight.
Absolutely. Tight. And I say this: when your vibration on the same level, you start looking alike. It is what it is. When your vibration on the same level, you start looking alike. But let's get straight into it. How did you become the Revolutionary Black Panther Party? As we would say, this is the elephant in the room, because we know we got Alli Muhammad called himself the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. How do we get to you being RBPP Louisville?
Okay, I'm gonna step in real quick. I'm gonna give y'all a brief timeline because, like General said at the beginning of the.
And my brother and sister and my other brother, if you see me move myself out the screen, that's because I'm giving you the floor, but I'm listening. I'm right there with you. All right?
No,
just so that people can hear you directly and focus on you. All right?
Okay. Yes, sir. So it was August 2018 when General Hamra met Chef Ali. I was sorry. General Hammer met Chef Ali in about August 2018. I'm sorry. Was I?
Hey, now, you know what's funny though? Because I was doing a meme today and I say, man, I made a mistake and wrote chef instead of chief. And I was like, man, I should keep it.
See, we knew he was cooking up something when he came here.
right.
So I always called him the chef. I talked to him just like I'm talking to you. And I told him, man, you know, if you want me to be part, if I'm gonna have anything to do with this, it got to be right. And it just, something was off from the beginning. And when something's off from the beginning, we took the same approach you did. We dove into it immediately, we investigated, and what we found didn't add up.
And so what you said, that was 2018?
Yeah, August 2018, General Hammer, he contacted General Hammer, actually. We still haven't figured out on which channel how he got through her, but we figured it's some of the same channels that he reaches out to some other type of women in different cities. So around that time, he contacted her, tried to get into a chapter, asked her about starting a chapter in Louisville. Brother Ogier was with General then. They got the chapter started. They started doing some free lunch. He hadn't been here. It wasn't until March of 2019 that I signed on. And she asked me, she needed some spots, spot for Minister of Defense field. She asked me for it. I jumped on immediately. Like I said, I never, you know, officially had been crossed the Black Panther then, but I had always felt like I already was a Panther. So when she called me, it was a no-brainer. Plus, that's my sister. So, you know, I always got to make sure we got our queens backs, especially if they're doing good work in the community. So I jumped on 2019. Chef came in May 2019 with what he calls the tribunal. And it was funny because he came in town, and that was the first time we had all met him face to face. And like bruh said, we knew something. We knew everything was off immediately. It was to the point, you know, he didn't show up for his own event, right? Everything that happened this weekend that weekend in the brief cap, he didn't show up to an event that we threw for him that he asked us to throw. He asked the general to pay his way down here, even though we're a new chapter, it had no dues, no members, no nothing. We literally the first three. So when I came on, it was just us, right? So then he did show up to the event. He had another person come down, a national minister of information and defense, so you know, minister of information. He came down from Tennessee. That man, you know, tried me. He, you know, that's a whole other story though. So Chef came out. He tried to lead a march. He had no guns. He asked us to get guns. It was very fishy. He had no weapons. He asked us to pull weapons. Then I actually, in the middle of the march, I actually had something to do. Like it was work related. I had to leave for a minute. And when I left, I found out that he left the rest of us down in the middle of the march with no guns. Came back to another location. It was very fucked up. So when I got the call, we all came to the house. I was like, he did what? Okay, I'm ready to meet you at headquarters. So we all came to headquarters, and I tell you, he hid in the basement for at least about 2 hours, not trying to come upstairs. I'm not lying to you, bro. So after that, let's fast forward to he left, right? He left. We all convened. We was like, this ain't right. We got, like he said, we started digging immediately, trying to find more and more. June 2019, Louisville had a situation in which a Chinese restaurant owner pulled a fake handgun, but looked real as hell, on a 13-year-old black boy and drug him back to his store. Tried to say that he had broken in or had vandalized his property the previous day. It was a whole thing, even nationally. So he asked us to do some actions here. Now we're people of the community, bruh. You know, I'm very much known for who my father is, who we're connected to as far as in our martial arts community. So, you know, that aside, like we walk safe in our community. So when he was telling us you gotta be mandatory strapped in your community to do actions, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I bucked the system. I said, you know, no, why? Because we already have an issue of gun violence in the community. I don't want my people to know just because I'm here to protect them that they got to see this gun. So it was a whole thing back and forth between us. And he felt like we were scared to carry guns for some reason. And that was not the case at all. So he had sent another female that he had been in contact with here, that all of a sudden he named her a national regional general. He named her the regional general. And then
what's the region?
And she pops up, and we know this, and we knew this girl. She was a member. prior to that. And then all of a sudden she comes in one day and says, yeah, he named me regional general. And mind you, he had recruited her. She didn't come in through us, so it was a little weird. And so when he did that, we knew that there was something extra fishy. So me and her had it out. She said, well, if you don't carry these guns, you can't be in the party. I said, well, I'm not going to carry these guns, and I'm going to go out here and do this Panther work. So stop me. And then she was like, you know what? I feel you. I don't know why he told me to say that. So, so me and her started talking, and I said, look, you think he's fraud. We think he's fraud. Let's see something, because he still thinks he's your friend. So I told her to have a conversation with him on the phone, in which we recorded. Bro, when I tell you, and I'm not gonna get into all of it, I'm just fast forward so we get the timeline and discuss things later. But we found out that he was all about fraud. Like he said, them niggas better pay. These are direct quotes. Them niggas better pay for my shit when I come back down there. I ain't fucking with broke niggas. Y'all better, I don't give a fuck if y'all gotta be out there on the street shaking buckets. You gonna pay for this shit. Direct quote, bro.
I'm not shaking no.
So when we caught that on tape, you know, I kind of wanted to bring the fire immediately, but I wanted him here physically, because he talked a lot of shit. So I didn't want to have a phone conversation. It was gonna be a man-to-man, I'ma see you when I see you type of shit. But we distanced ourselves from him. At that point, we all got together and we said, you know what? He's fraud, he's out. At that point, what is that? December 2019, we incorporated Revolutionary Black, because in our research, bro, we found out that this man had not incorporated. He was taking funds from certain chapters in which he would let us communicate with. We couldn't have contact with any other chapters, so we couldn't look to see what other work was being done, how we could help, who we could collab with, none of that. He kept everything distant, so we knew it was funny. What kind of military operates without communication? I mean, come on. So in December, we decided we just gonna revamp this shit. Like you said, we're gonna vibrate this shit higher, because we are Panthers. We ain't gonna let this motherfucker dictate what the fuck is Panther work.
And that was one of my first red flags as a businessman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a business owner. You know, those questions come up. Like, you can't go around in the name of Black Panther and in the name of anything and not align yourself legally. You know what I'm saying? I can't go out and collect $1 million from nobody and not be incorporated somehow. Like, I understand, like, what is it? NGOs, like non-governmental organizations or whatever. No. We're a political party in a military. So the businesses, so the works that we do, we have to be identified and recognized. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to follow anybody and not be legit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, then it is fraud. If you can't tell me where you can't give me a financial statement. If you can't tell me where our dues and our money is going to, you can't tell me what resources can be allocated. You can't give me those things. Well, then I can't do business with you, because yes, we're doing service work, but at the end of the day, it's a business. We're a brand. You know what I mean? And so that off the tops of that, I was just like, no, you're a fraud. You're a con artist. I've hung with con artists. I've been conned by con artists. So it wasn't. We
from the hood, nigga.
It was not hard.
So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was a no-brainer. We said we gonna continue this work, and we basically, you know, we hijacked this shit. Like, you know, we're not gonna fall into that shit. And we assumed that there was other people around the nation who was trying to do good work too. But we had no way of contacting or knowing. We had contact with maybe one other chapter, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? And so
the original, well, I like to throw that in there too real quick. It was a young lady out in Detroit, and this was also more information that came to us. Barbara Blair, he's an original Panther out in Detroit. He tried to do the same thing in Detroit, but you know, Detroit is the heart of a lot of stuff. So the original Panther still exists there. When he tried to come in and do the tribunal there, the original Panthers were asking him, well, okay, well, if he was a Panther Club from back in the day, well, then who's your parents? What chapter was they involved in? You know what I'm saying? Somebody should be able to do it. The reason why the Revolutionary Black Panther Party chapter in Detroit didn't happen is because the elders, the original Panthers there, told General Natisha to stand down because they couldn't figure out who he was. Okay? And so those communications then came back to me. And so everybody's been on the hunt to figure out who he is.
Wow.
And I with the original Panthers down in Detroit. So, yeah.
So basically, you like, okay, we joined the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. You're not representing, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're misrepresenting revolutionary. You're misrepresenting Black Panthers. So we'll just take that and rep it like it's supposed to be rep. Is that basically what we're hearing?
100% facts.
Absolutely.
That's 100% fact.
When that brother came to Louisville,
And anybody, and let me tell you,
came to Louisville and he avoided me for 3 days. He wouldn't speak with me. Every opportunity that I tried to take to get his attention to speak with him, he would avoid me. He made sure that I wasn't in any of the pictures or any of the live videos, streams, and none of that stuff he put on Instagram when he came here. And it wasn't until the third day when he thought I left that he came up out that basement and was faced with me and had to speak with me and talk to me. And I told him then, I will not be responsible for giving false hope to my people. It got to be right. What is this? Show me what you're saying. You selling everything from hope to revolution to martial arts, but you can't show us your system. You can't show us your style or how you fight. I saw what you was doing on Instagram. You're gonna get somebody shot in the face. You're gonna get somebody hurt.
Those fake little training white joints.
See the comment section. Whoever's in the comment section talking, you're more than welcome to come and join us at Tai Chi or self-defense if you think ain't nothing happening. It's not. We do this stuff for real.
So it's not my brother in the middle, he was talking about, his family is known for the combat, the physical, the martial arts, et cetera, et cetera. So I have to ask you, I was watching his little fake little takedowns in his little videos, bro. I was looking at this like, man, I can take him. Listen. All I know is straight fisticuff, street type stuff.
Right.
I don't got no discipline in this. Mind you, a lot of Moors are very professionally trained into martial arts. A lot of Moors.
We have a lot of Moors in our family, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was a bodyguard for one of our higher ups. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing about being against guns. It was about the image and, like you said, vibrating the community higher than that. You see what I'm saying?
With the fake takedown, I'm like, I know I can take him. Oh my good, I know that jaw glass. Bam, bam. He ain't even gonna do that takedown. But with that being said,
and that's another thing of how we also knew that he was trying to prey on the vulnerabilities of women. And I'm not saying that those women are weak, but certain men, manipulators, know how to, know how to get to women. One of the things that was another red flag was that he wanted me to align with a whole lot of women. We do have women that are part of the party, but seriously, you need men. But I knew he didn't want me around a lot of men because then it would then expose him. You know what I'm saying? Because that throws off his whole agenda of whatever he's trying to pimp, control, whatever he's trying to do. I know I can do that as long as there's not a lot of men around. But I knew all the positions inside of my head who I was even gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? When I started, you know what I mean?
Let me reiterate: our family ain't just known for martial arts, bro. Like our family is known for the streets, in the prison. I can name a few names, but I don't. But they would say, "Damn, I know them. Don't fuck with them." And it ain't just about no hands and all of that shit, bro. We do combat. Martial arts is combat on any level. Weapons, non-weapons, you the weapon. You see what I'm saying? And for y'all that don't understand, I understand. It's like babies trying to talk more science to brother right here, hosting the show. It's not gonna work. So let's move on. And if you wanna, if they wanna example, and that brings me back to the timeline, because the next time we saw Chief was Breonna Taylor hits Louisville. We out here doing Panther work. I disarmed a shooter. Y'all can look it up. I disarmed the shooter, nigga. We got guns. You see what I'm saying? We did that. He got wind of it. He came here the week later. The next week, he was here.
And he tried to sneak in.
He tried to sneak in.
He didn't call me. He didn't do none of that. And what was so crazy was at that the Breonna Taylor in the summer, a lot of stuff went down. The protests, it was intense. So a lot of young people were looking for places to go to build community and be a, to be a part of something. So we had that available. One of our cadets had brought us a flyer that was circling around with him on it, talking about he's doing a march and some like a cookout or something at one of our parks, at one of our city parks, at Cox Park. And so I looked at them, I said, "Oh, really? So you just gonna think you getting ready to walk up in the city, like, and then we not gonna respond to it?" It was just crazy and bizarre how it happened. But yeah, this is what brings to that article. So it was a divine intervention that took place. I'm telling you. One of his brothers knew Kenneth Walker's mother, right? Well, however, family called family. Kenneth Walker's mom, which is Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, she reaches out to us and says that this Alli Muhammad had got in contact with her. He wants her to be at a press conference. I don't feel comfortable. We then, on a three-way, let her know, hey, do not go to this press conference. You stay there. Don't worry about it. We gave her some more information and stuff, and it was cool. We ended up strategizing right away. We was doing that. So long story short, she invited me to her home. Said she felt comfortable or whatever. So when I get to the house, she's walking me around. She's showing me different things. She's telling me a lot of stuff. When I'm there, the news contacts me. So as I'm sitting here having a conversation with her, the news contacts me and says, "Oh, are you going to be at this press conference or whatever?" Well, we knew he was having a press conference and doing this park thing, right? So we know his moves, slow, just retarded. You know what I'm saying? So I told the people at the news, I said, "No, I'm not coming to the press conference." And I said, "Do not record that press conference." I said, "What you do is you bring the police in for his arrest, right? Because we want to figure out who you are, because we know you're a fraud. We know you're very suspicious. Your Wikipedia is suspicious. You're something. You're probably an agent. So I need you to come in for this arrest." So as I'm sitting there talking to her, what you've seen in that article, I'm typing really fast and I'm going in or whatever because I'm sitting here with her. She doesn't know what's really going on, but I want to hurry up and get something out to the media because we got to be steps ahead of them so we can catch them in the trap the way that we need to. So, and then after that, I leave, and then that's when article. Yeah. After I leave Kenneth Walker's mom's house,
we had already had a tail on. Like I knew when he came in the city. I told him that last time. I tried to tell him who our family was and who we were connected to, and that people already call us for protection anyway. So there's nothing that you can really do coming in Louisville that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Too much. So when he came in, we knew where he was staying. I never told him that, but I knew exactly where he was staying. And then on top of that, we knew who had brought him in. We knew all of that shit. So we had a tail on him when she was doing the interview. We had already had a tail on him, and we were waiting to. We were assembling. As soon as we found him at a spot somewhere downtown. Followed him to his march. When he jumped out on his march, we jumped out on him, 30 deep, guns everywhere. It was just him. It was him. His little side man knives, and who couldn't even chamber the rifle that he had. He and the two people who brought him in the city, who we also knew, and we just told him. I said, "Bro, I told you, you're not welcome in the city. You need to get out now." And we had a talk to right there. General told him what she was feeling, how we, everything that we knew that he didn't know that we knew. He tried to deny everything. He tried to keep, I made it because I ended up finishing the conversation, right? Because there was so many people out there for us. There was some other people who had showed up for his march, and they saw us jump out for him, and they didn't know what it was, but they knew who we were. So they was like, "Oh shit, let's hold it. Let's
move out the way."
Yeah, let's move out the way and let them handle that shit because that's who they are. And so when at the end of that conversation, man, I rally back and get everybody like, "Man, I'm sorry y'all had to see that, but this is on some Black Power stuff. And I know you don't understand, but we out here in the name of the community," and everybody felt that, and everybody put their fist up, except who? And at that moment, everybody out there came to one of us three and was like, "Who's the op?"
Because and why we're saying op is because the police chopper flew through. So mind you, as the whole thing is going down, you have police, because it was in the back of a Kroger's parking lot. The police was there, and the police chopper came over. So again, my question: why did you just come in for the arrest? So y'all not following your own protocols? You know what I'm saying? As officers, I'm so confused on what this really is, because you were all there and y'all did nothing.
They weren't around. They just let us have our powwow. They just kept circling the area, let us having our powwow out there, not knowing what was going on. So I told him, General we told him, y'all need to leave. You got 24 hours to get out of my city. He said, F you, this ain't my city. I said, okay, bro, 24 hours and I'm not playing. So after that, we dispersed. Everybody put the black fist up. We dispersed, did our thing, went back to our activities and stuff. And then the next morning, one of our cadets hit us up. She was like, guess who popped up at my restaurant? We went immediately over there, just me and General and another one of our members. We went over there just to say, good morning. And I promise you, he hightailed it out the city within the next hour.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, bro, we're not playing on this black liberation stuff. I don't know who you are. You feel like an FBI, CIA type of agent. So, and I know you ain't about the people. So just don't even come back no more. Don't even come back. And I just had a conversation with one of the bros doing a lot of work in, not a Panther, but he's a major activist down in St. Louis in Ferguson. And, I met him this week, and he said, first thing he asked me, he said, you connected to Ali? I was like, nah, we ain't connected to Ali. He was like, yeah, because we ran that nigga out of St. Louis. He said, we ran that nigga out of Louisville, bro. He's not allowed back. And that's pretty much sums it up, bro. You caught up to date. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, dang, man, that's heavy, man. Y'all, hey, man, y'all, hold on. Let me stop this for a minute. Let me make sure y'all paying attention. Y'all need to thumbs up this, family, because, man, I didn't even know it went. Listen, I didn't sign up for this. I really look,
and that's what some of the other cadets said.
That's what we said.
They were like, oh.
I didn't sign up for this. I'm saying I think people would assume that I'd be looking for information that would discredit or disqualify people, when in fact, I really don't. I give people the ability to express what they're doing for our people, and they ultimately tell on themselves. And with that being said, what did you feel when you seen him on my show, or did you see him on my show before you were familiar with my show?
Brother, I have been following this since. Because I didn't want to.
We got a real doctor. What you say? Oh man.
I wanted to know what I was getting myself into and what was coming out. And I have, from the comment section to the videos and things, I have seen so many troubling things, so many disappointing things. And this is the reason why people are skeptical and don't want to help us. This is the reason why we're afraid to help each other. This is why we can't get together.
That's right, brother.
It amazes me that everybody wants to be in an organization, but nobody's organized. Nobody's organized. Everybody wants to be in an organization. I noticed everything you did. When he came to Louisville the first time, all his information on Wikipedia changed. Everything changed after he came here. His information on his website changed. He also put in the website that if you need food in Louisville, just contact us and we got it for you. Now, mind you, we still, in my personal opinion, we still building a foundation. We didn't have anything for those people when you telling them just come get it from us. That's why I said, I can't be responsible for the false hope. I'm 40 years old. I've been training martial arts most of my life. How many years? We don't need guns to give people soup and sandwiches, brother. We don't. I promise you.
That's
going to scare more people away. Who gonna want to come get something to eat and they got to worry about these long dreadlock Negroes with guns? You see what I mean? We're not worried about the image. It's not about an image. We learned to counter the image, and that's why in Louisville, Kentucky, they don't even know the Panthers are there. because they have this preconceived notion of what a Panther is. If you don't show up in all black in a beret, they won't know you there. And then we get to look at them talk crazy in the comment section. Where the Panthers at? We standing right next to you, brother.
All day, brother.
We got pictures of you out here with your son, brother. We right next to you. Does his mama know he in the middle of this mess? While you talking about where are we? We right next to you, and you don't know because we're not dressed the way you want us to be. We're not running around with guns when we don't need them. It's unnecessary. It's just like you said, when the gun come out, we're gonna use it. What's the point in demonstrating, marching around, showing the police what you have, so they know what to bring when they need to come see you?
Yeah, I think it's a new era of time now, and I think the concepts need to be revamped of how we move. We already know that we outmanned and outgunned and we out-organized. Let's be clear. So why would I give people more information? The enemy, the oppressor, who have actually have studied our disorganization, actually have studied military tactics to divide us, the same way they do armies, separate the opposition army, separate this platoon from that platoon, put this over there. They do this in a mental capacity now. And now I'm going to show him what little firepower and my little tactic that I'm going to use to try to redeem myself from his oppression. That's what I'm going to do now. So I agree with you.
My father was a tanker. Our last stop with the military was on Fort Knox, and that means it's tank rounds and automatic gunfire going off. That's what was waking me up in the morning. And when you get here talking about you a military and you can't march, you can't even line up. Talking about right turn, center turn, and all. I told the brother, if you come back to Louisville, you're gonna look out of place. If I get involved with this, you're gonna look like you don't belong when you come back. Because it got to be right. It has to be real, brother, or you wasting time and you selling snake oil.
Absolutely. So when you back to my original question, when you seen him on Moorish World TV, what were your thoughts? Because I didn't know him.
I knew that it was going to be something. That's all I want to say. I knew it was going to be something. And the problem is all of this happened because you try to help somebody. All of this because you made a way for some people to try to bring in some money in a situation where you thought someone needed some help with some money to come in. And all of this came out. I didn't know. I knew.
I'm glad you said that, bro, because that was the total genuine intent on my part. The sister Crystal called me and said, can I bring my brother on the show? Because we, not him, we have a fallen comrade that we think was poison. No, that was poison. It wasn't a thing. That was poison. And
I seen everything from the first show till tonight. Now you got these people sitting outside your house. Now you got these people messing with your TV show. That's crazy. That's preposterous. You putting people in harm's way. Everybody that came to Louisville with him the last time, if you watching out there, we apologize, but you need to know who you're dealing with. Suppose we were ignorant. And what if we didn't just step out there? You see what I mean?
Indeed.
It's some people that'll do something to you if you come lurk around their house. You know what I mean? They want you to be foolish. They want you to be foolish, and they want you to get yourself in trouble.
But I think that's one of his purposes, not only just to prey on women, but to cause division. And he tried to do it here with people that we already knew that we were aligning with, had seen them in a while, and then he came back to those same people. You see what I'm saying? Trying to divide it up again. Now, I'm gonna tell people what the beauty is about that article that came out. Like, I laughed because it was full of crap. He wrote a whole dissertation of crap, like, at the bottom. But you know what I'm saying? It was it was an educational piece. COINTELPRO, those things, they still exist. They come in different forms, but they still do exist. So the thing is, when you have something like COINTELPRO or something that's trying to bring the leadership down or from Black organizing or coming together, the first thing that they do is attack the leader to discredit the leadership so people will not be involved with it, right? Unfortunately, it didn't work, sir. You just brought more people into it because everybody literally knows us. You know what I'm saying? We're not strangers to anybody. You know what I'm saying? We live here. And so that's where that didn't work. Although it didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? but I wanted people to understand and learn is that this is what they do to organizations and Black people that are rising. You see what I'm saying? They do not want that to happen, and they will always use a Black face.
It's the new COINTELPRO, bro. I break it down for my Panthers all the time. You know, when COINTELPRO was first introduced, it was meant to infiltrate Black organizations. They said it was for everybody, but they only focused on Black organizations. You know that. So the new COINTELPRO, we already know that we got William O'Neill's out here, right? And shout out to the Black Messiah. We already know we got these infiltrators out here. So we know that, you know, it's a little harder to do that. So what do? They start the organizations now.
Yep.
They recruit the Black identity extremists in the area, put you in the database. You see what I'm saying? Then they go and take you out if and when as necessary. All under a false Peter. This is the new COINTELPRO, bruh.
Right.
We knew it. Once we got wind of him, we knew what we was dealing with. And we knew what we had to do with that shit.
And we had to fight his ass. We had to take him down.
So real quick. So
show the community in the world that the shit still exists. And yes, you have the power still. Knock it out. Take them down.
Let me share this.
Back in the day, we had the ability to just compromise in a lot of different ways. We don't have. We at this point in time, it's not the same. We on a different playing field. Like you said, the vibration, the frequency. If you can't rise to it, you're gonna fall off anyways. See what I'm saying? So you make your match.
What
and
I
thank
feel
you for helping us build community.
It's my personal opinion. I want to go on the record as stating for the jury. This is my personal opinion. But I believe that the brother attaches himself to people that are already established and doing things and stamps them RBPP. It's my personal opinion that the odds are most female generals were women that were already doing things in that city, and most male generals are men that already have weapons. How you gonna come to Louisville and want us to provide the weapons for you after I watched them take weapons from you on the internet and I didn't know who you were?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way I'm gonna ask any of my people to bring their weapons here for you, and someone took them from you. So I told them, no, we're not gonna do that. I said, we can come out with machetes and whatever you want, but we're not doing that. I said, they can come out and support us. We can have the Black motorcycle groups and everybody out here and support with us. You didn't want that. You wanted them to let you hold their guns.
You ain't even got no gun.
Well, what? I don't need to sit here with my Kalashnikov to give this interview with you, brother. I don't have to hold.
And mind you, where he had us marching, that's exactly where Breeway is right now, bro. That's got the most cameras in the city right now. We know how they tag us and bag us. They gonna see the weapons. They copy your serial numbers. Come on, we know this game. So why are you keep pushing for this stuff that you supposed to be the chef of, I'm sorry. I did it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, you're supposed to be the chief. Like, get out of here.
You're supposed to be the chief.
And I'm sorry, and I'm gonna say this. Because when he came, first of all, it's common sense. You don't travel anywhere if you ain't got no money. When you got here, you had your family with you. And I don't know what circumstances y'all was going through, but you didn't look good. You look very homely, homeless. You coming in with bags. Y'all ain't got luggage. Y'all need food. You can't feed your wife and your children. You feel me? Y'all don't have no Black paraphernalia. I had to close in the medallions. Y'all not even prepared for the march. Where's your red, black, and the green? You don't have a medallion. A pin or something. No, this is unacceptable. I had that shit long before I was a Panther.
Sit up, brother.
You don't travel across with no.
The thing is this.
Talking about the programs and things we do, some of the good stuff. Let's get away.
Oh, we've been doing mad great stuff, bro. Like I said, you can look us up, man. We not only do we feed, we clothe, we defend, we teach. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got Tai Chi classes in the neighborhood. We feed the hood. We got clothes for the neighborhood, a 24-hour food closet, 24-hour food pantry, 24-hour clothes closet. We have a magazine called The Vanguard. We're helping a Black woman get elected to mayor this session, right? We we're doing work out here, so we couldn't even be bothered by this.
Let me share this with the family to let them know what I seen.
Everything you need to be revolutionary and make real change. That's what we're doing. Political education classes, self-defense classes. We have a garden. We're growing food. We're teaching us how to do for us because we don't need them. We don't have to live to their standards. We only a minority in comparison to them. Come on. Why do we need to go from their standard? When we get our minds together and stop thinking that way, it may be a financial swing because they'll become the consumer. But right now, we running in our dollars.
Hey, brother, and one thing that you're doing is actually what's supposed to be done. I mean, getting into the political fight, because the political fight is the fight that we need to be in, because those are the arenas that create the conditions before they even start, or permit the conditions to remain that exist. In other words, those who make the laws and keep changing the laws to adjust the laws to be against us has the upper hand on us. So we got to get somebody in there that is going to push the pen in our favor, as opposed to the pen is pushed against us and then we become reactive, as opposed to what you doing.
What? Don't do that. Don't do that. See, you need to be a rapper and you need to bounce this basketball, or you need to run this football. But don't worry about politics. Well, don't worry about it. You just entertain us. And cook us some good food.
Allow me 1 second. I want to play this for the people to let them know what I've seen. And this is this was a video that I've come across after I actually came across this video the next day after the interview with Alli Muhammad, because he sounded a little bit off, but I wasn't researching him to try to discredit him. I actually was researching him just to see what type of work was being done. And what happened was this video popped up. And let me share with the family real quick, and then we'll get back into this interview. Listen to this, family.
Revolutionary Black Panther Party say the group who traveled here today is not a part of their organization. The group from Florida led an armed rally. They said it's a regular demonstration for them.
All power to the people. All power to the people.
Another group of protesters marching in Louisville Saturday.
Don't stop saying what?
Most of them armed for a reason.
If you threaten our lives or put our lives in imminent threat or danger, we have a human right to respond to that with force, and even deadly force.
Dr. Alli Muhammad traveling from Florida to join the voices of many Kentuckians.
Justice for Breonna Taylor. Justice for Breonna Taylor.
The group marching from David McAtee's restaurant in West Louisville to Jefferson Square Park.
The acts that had happened to Breonna Taylor, to David McAtee, and also these acts happen throughout the country. We're speaking of Louisville.
So when that was played, many people would stop right there, but I actually went on to read the actual story. And they say we don't read. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I actually went on to read the actual story, and I would just bring it back down, talk about General Alhamra. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Alhamra Mathis with the Louisville Revolutionary Black Panther Party chapter sent Wave 3 this statement. Greeting. My name is General Alhamra Mathis of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party here in Louisville. We are a nonprofit 501c4 corporation. We are a political party and military. We still abide by the same original 10-point platform of the original Black Panther Party of self-defense of 1966, established by Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton. I had the honors of opening for Bobby Seale here in Louisville, Kentucky, at the Kentucky Alliance Against Racial and Political Repression 45th Annual Dinner, December 2019 at Hotel Louisville. I'm here to inform that the Black Liberation Movement has its infiltrators. Dr. Alli Muhammad, who claims to be chief of operations of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party, is a fraud. I have met him, and he has been in my home. He is a con artist who has positioned himself under the guise of Black Panthers to manipulate women and collect money for his own gain. He has been banned from St. Louis, Chicago, and Michigan. The original Black Panthers in Detroit got in contact with me to inform me that he could not identify this man, that they could not identify this man. I have reason to believe that he works with the CIA or FBI, or just a plain fool. And let me add all of the above. Now I'm playing. He recruits off of Facebook. I have plenty of literature and findings as evidence to expose his fraud. At this time, I would like a full investigation on who he is. He is a threat to the Black community, for he preys on the vulnerabilities of Black people and stages events for his personal recognition. We, the Revolutionary Black Panther Party of Louisville, have worked very hard for our community in the West End. These are old counterplot tricks, and it's time to expose the fraud. There you go. And so I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share that with everybody, because I read that the next day after interviewing him. And I said to myself, I'm like, hold up, what I just got myself into, you know? And then the next day, without me even questioning or asking him anything about that article, everything went awry. He mentioned Jamal's name. And when he mentioned Jamal's name, Jamal responded. That was interview number 2. And the
flood got opened up.
And I never got
the water to start rushing through.
I never got to ask him about that. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right there. Did you ever receive any response from the media with that? I know they posted, but did they ever say they was going to look into it or anything?
No.
We didn't find out his name till your show. How about that?
Right.
They used it as a you know, these look at these niggas fighting. They didn't use it as, you know, what I'm saying? They tried to actually defame the general, and so we had to go put out some fires in the city for people like, whoa, what's going on? And it was like, because everybody knew, like, when he came in and talked about Black Panther, we had already been doing so much work, bruh, that if anybody else in this city says some Black Panther stuff, they go say, do you know General Hammer? Do you know Dre? Do you know what I'm saying? And so if you don't know us, and there's a lot of other people saying Black, like it's a fad or some stuff. So we had to basically squash all that down. And we didn't go and say, y'all can't say Black Panther no more. We just did the work, and our work spoke for itself. And so everybody in the city knows who the Panthers are. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, listen. This is a genuine clap. This is a genuine feel good. This ain't the Ali one. We got a doctor in here. That ain't that. That ain't that. This is a genuine one. And I'm just telling you 2 things that you didn't won me over with 2 things. The not displaying of the guns, because we know that we are outgunned and outmanned at this time due to disorganization.
Yep.
Disorganization, because it doesn't take much. You know what I mean? We can look at history and tell it doesn't take much as it relates to numbers. But what it does take is organization. You know what I'm saying? With those numbers, you can have the smallest army, but organization make you bigger than the greatest army. You know what I'm saying?
So Malcolm said, we're not outnumbered, we out organized, bro.
But if you look at it, the way that he was running this operation to all the military people, imagine being in a battalion, but you don't know what the companies comprise of that battalion. And you don't know what platoons are in those companies because there's no communication.
Right.
So from this, I ask anybody that wants to contact us or reach out to us to do that. Now that this door is open, we're going to use this brother's platform like we're supposed to. We're going to build. Let's talk about it. We don't want no mess. If you want to actually help somebody, if that's what you're trying to do, let's talk about that. We should know each other. We should know who the other Panther groups are. We should know who the other Black organizations are so we can come together. I'm not saying we got to be best friends or any of that, but we can work together on our common goals. We can meet together in the middle, and then you can go on back to your side and I go back to mine. We don't have to be best friends, but we can work together when we need to.
So let me say, I just put a link.
Quick, before you do that, shout out to General Bernard. He's down there in Alexandria, Louisiana, who's reached out to me. Go follow the Revolutionary Black Panther Party in Louisiana. He's doing excellent work. They're out there. They even got a clinic. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there because we see you, brother.
So I wanted to say this. I wanted to say, family, listen, you know, I know we have been disappointed by a few people that came on the show, in particular, Alli Muhammad, and unfortunately, Sister Crystal Muhammad, which I really, if anybody watched the show, y'all know I had an affinity for her. I really thought that she was the real deal, because I want to see my sisters take a leadership role. I mean to say, just like Sister Alhambra. I want to see that. You know what I mean? We need that. You know, in this male-dominated society and this male chauvinistic stuff, how can a woman bring the baby, the package of God into this world, but can't be a effective leader? That's a sickness that we have. That's a European psychology that have dominated our mind. The woman can bring the package of God. Carry the package of God. But when it comes to leadership, we try to put them in the kitchen. Man, that's just some sick foolishness. Or we allow somebody else to do that. And so I salute you. My wife, she's the Grand Sheik is here in Baltimore, the leader of the temple here in Baltimore. And I'm just saying, it's just a sickness in our people that follow this European ideology, man. And it blows me away. I wanted to promote.
Yeah, some points we got to begin to think for ourselves and stop letting people tell us what to think.
Yeah, and I wanted to promote Sister Crystal. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to promote her so we could have more sisters step up into those leadership roles, because sisters is going to bring some balance into our cipher due to the fact that we don't know it, but many a times we are hypnotized by this European psychology that we are above our woman. That's a European psychology. And sometimes it kicks in and we don't even know it. It kicks in, we don't even know it. And so, you know, my wife remind me all the time, I run this house right here. And she don't let me forget it. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how tough I might talk, I have to yield, you know, because believe it or not, the sisters have brought us up out of this condition more than the brothers have. And that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? The sisters have. They played the leadership role, and so we need to promote that. And so I'm disappointed. I'm taking it. I almost took it personal about Sister Crystal because I really promoted and I pushed her because this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. But with that being said, one last thing, I'm gonna give y'all the floor. I'm gonna give y'all the whole floor. I want to say another thing, family. I know because of our recent interaction with the Ali situation on this channel, I really want to say that, family, let's not let that bruise our confidence and moving forward. You know, we have people right here that is doing great work, and they inviting you to question them, to ask them, to reach out to them. And if you are hesitant to support the campaign that I put the link, the GoFundMe campaign, so they can carry on some of their work, I would advise you to at least email. Because if you want to support a great cause, then okay, let's vet the people first. Send them an email, and I'll ask them to put that email into the chat so they can reach out and you can vet first. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to give up. We don't want to give up hope, and we don't want to throw our dollars to Burger King and McDonald's, and we have people doing good work, and that's one group. Alli Muhammad, Sister Crystal Muhammad has abused our trust. But let's not let that go into the future, because if that happens, then they win. Right. And they really need to help lose. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is because I watched that unfold on your show. So before your show, I never even knew they were in association with the new Black Panther Party. So I don't know if that's gonna merge into one big thing or I don't know what that is.
Tell him about that. So after we kicked him out, he actually dropped RBPP for a while and started calling himself the chief of the White Panther Party. You might be able to screenshot that somewhere. You know he updated stuff every week.
You could probably still find it on Instagram.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, here you go. But that's what I'm saying. These are these false flags. It seems very BLM-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's these stage things, these fake groups. And the thing about Black people, we identify with those colors, red, black, and green. We identify with the Panther. We identify with Black. So it will come in the name of Black because that's what Black people love. That's what draws us in. That's why I was convinced. Black Panther, hell yeah. I had two uncles out in Tennessee that wore Panthers back in the day. My Uncle Sonny and my Uncle Carl. Oh, let's go. And a lot of Black people want to organize and come together and still create that same feel for in a different time in today. But then you got people like him who come out, you see, and it's fake.
And what you said. What you said was 1,000% right. What I wanted to say was like, we didn't get into this to expose or be in on some black on black.
No.
Anything. We came out to do the work. And when we realized that we were trying to be played, we did the righteous thing, and instead of just back up and say, you know what, forget the work. See, this is what happens every time. Try to mess with some Black folk. We say, you know what? Nah, we're gonna switch this shit. This is the work. This now becomes the work. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people get into the work, and then as soon as they hit the first bump, they want to turn around. That's like going out for a drive, and as soon as you caught a red light, you turn around and go home because you ain't trying to wait. Like, you either want to get to where you want to go or you don't. And we chose to get to where we wanted to go, and we knew that we could do this work and that we were righteous enough to do this work. So for anybody who wants to look us up, man, please look us up. My name is Dre Dawson. You can look me up. You can look up General Muhammad. You can look up the group. Brother done put us up. I mean, we know what it is when we see false flags. That's not the first false flag. We done had to run out of the city. So, we understand what it is, and we want Black people to be encouraged and not discouraged, empowered, right? Empowered that we control this. We have the knowledge now. We have the resources now. Our ancestors have paved the road that has never been as freshly paved as it has in this history for us to be here right now. So we have the best people to do it right now, but we got to believe in each other. We got to trust in each other. We got to vet each other. We got to hold each other accountable. And the only reason we came on this show out nationally, publicly, was to you because this is a Black space. To me, this ain't a whole public white space. This is our space. And we believe in holding each other accountable behind closed doors. So when we get out in white public, y'all already know what's up. We ain't got to have this discussion when Wave 3 and all the news channels come to us. You already know what's up. You already you was in the room, right? When bruh vetted us and everybody, that you was there, right? So you know what's going on. We don't have to have this conversation in front of these white folk. We just gonna look clicked up and tight. That's it.
Absolutely. And I like to add to that this is our space right here. And if someone is frauding through this lens right here, this is the space where we need to address it. Because if we think that we're going to allow people to enter into our community, and I applaud y'all for not allowing people to enter into your community with that sort of fraud right there. Because at the end of the day, the more people that get hurt, and you will see, I got some shows coming from people that experience this. Some people, you know how they rolled up, they supposedly had pulled up on my crib. You got people that
down the street.
You got people that will not go live because of that intimidation. You got people that will not show their face because of that intimidation. You got people that would make a statement like, I'm in the UK, come and kill me here, because they have threatened people to the level that thinking that they are really going to kill something. And they will.
What's the revolution in that?
Right. And
what's the revolutionary about that? How you the leader and you try to sick some women on a Hamara basically because she won't submit to you. So you try to stick some other sisters on her, you got them thinking it's some kind of fight or altercation, and don't nobody really know what happened at all. You see what I mean? But you the leader, that's revolutionary for me to sick my people on my people. And if you don't do it, now you the bad guy. If you don't do it, you the next agent. Think for yourself.
It's a lot of sisters that I've spoken to in the background that will not come forward, you know, but just wanted me to hear their story out of fear.
This is what they need.
That they was coming.
This is what she has, a support system. She has men in her corner. And that's what them sisters need sometimes also. You see what I mean? And I feel like he's good at finding those women that may not have that support system or that man in the background of their life somewhere to say, hey, who is this guy? There's something funny about that dude. What is it? We don't leave our women vulnerable. I want all the women out there to see. Please stop saying that. Don't act like we just leave our women out in the wind. Like, that's not what we do over here. We don't have to know you to protect you and make sure you all right over here. If you got that beautiful built-in tan, we're going to make sure you're good. That's how it works.
He said that built-in tan. Yeah. So I wanted to just add real quick, and then I want to yield the floor to y'all. I want to add to the conversation real quick. So family, listen. Thanks everybody who support the Cash App. Thanks everybody that support the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. And I think that we need to become acquainted with these brothers and sisters of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. And if we find ourselves satisfied with what they have presented, then what we need to do is start to make sure that we send people to move in what they will call solidarity with the Black Panther Party. And the reason why is because we cannot give up hope we cannot give up the ideal of the Black Panther Party because of these mess ups, or for these people that's taking advantage of our vulnerability of want to be free. Because that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of the vulnerability of those who are excited about liberation. And people see it and they take advantage of it. But we can't give up with that. We need to promote and build the true spirit of Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton, Black Panther Party. You follow me?
Like power, brother. Exactly.
Let me try to get this out here real quick. But go ahead. You can have the floor, brother and sister.
We you know, that's what we've really been all about from the jump, bro, because we understand that this war is you know, they try to put it on the guise of Black Lives Matter, but this has been a Black liberation movement from early beginning, right? Since we know who we are, we know we're Aboriginals, we know this is our land, we know that and this is the fight. And so the problem is like they put it on the dollar. What is it? Separate and conquer, right? I forgot how they divide and conquer, like they say on the dollar. We got to understand in the community that they're doing the same things to us. These are the psychological tactics that they're putting in on our community, out on top of the chemical warfare, on top of the biological warfare with the food. They're still putting psychological warfare tactics on us. We saw it this summer at the Breonna Taylor, at Breeway. I mean, we were there from day one, and I kept our group undercover because our worst enemy was not the ones that did not look like us. Our worst enemies were the ones that looked like us. And if they knew who we were, they would have exposed us, did all type of funny things. And, you know, we could talk about that too, about levels of infiltration, but we have always been there. And when we saw what the government, the city, and the police tactics they were using, I mean, we were like, bro, this is elementary. They don't even know what they do. But part of the issue is we didn't know what we was doing and we couldn't come together. So their tactics work beautifully when we're, like you said, unorganized. As long as they can keep us unorganized, as long as they can keep throwing chefs in the kitchen and and other fake leaders and outside groups and until freedoms and things of these natures, we are gonna constantly be being beat, bruh. As long as a lot of people say martial arts, this man, I've learned a lot from martial arts. You know what I learned to take? What makes power? You know why Bruce Lee was so small but could hit a giant and make him fall? It's because you use everything together. Your whole body works as one motion versus me just throwing this punch with my arm. I'm using my whole body to create power. And if we understood that it's going to take the whole body of us to create power, we have this stuff done tomorrow. Like literally, the power in numbers, the power in organization, anything we wanted. Reparations. Think if we showed up like they did on January 6th for reparations. 10 million strong.
Did y'all experience any threats in the form of, I guess, the way that the threats that I received and the threats that a lot of other people have told me about? Have y'all received any threats?
Well, we had some people try to control us in a messenger one time, but that didn't work for them. So I guess we'll see what happened after the show. But you know,
the reason why I asked that, but I don't think y'all going to receive any because y'all going to fight fire with fire, and that's why most retire. Bars. No, when you fight fire with fire, yeah, when you fight fire with fire, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we don't really want to get with that. We don't really want to get with that.
That was Chief's whole thing because I made a stance on the no guns, bro. For one action, he felt like, oh, y'all scared of guns? So when he came back and we had all that fire on him, he was like, oh shit, I didn't know y'all was like this. Like, nigga, we been told you we could do anything for this community at any given time. So I don't know why you keep trying to play with us.
Wait a minute. But didn't he take some bullets out of one of the guns and we figured it out when we got home? Oh, wait a minute.
Don't tell me you did a Grandmaster J.
Huh? No, but listen. Okay, so we gun check. Everybody's doing gun check, cleaning guns, loading bullets, all of that extra stuff, right? I don't know how it happened, when he took the time, but when we got back home,
I gave him a gun, right? Remember when I tell you we had to give them guns? Remember when I told you they left my people down at the square in the middle of that march? Well, he had my guns on him. Okay, so then we get back to the house. I said, he goes, all right, here's your pistol. I look in it. The bullets are on top of the refrigerator. What the are you talking about? The bullets on top of the refrigerator?
That's that agent stuff. That's what they said Grandmaster J was doing.
ain't got no bullets in the gun. What did he say?
The whole time we at this march, he ain't got no bullets in the gun. What kind of Panthers you think we are, nigga? I'm sorry. Stop me. You know what?
Stop me. Somebody stop me.
Bro, when I tell you, because that was at the time when he hid down in the basement. Because when I tell you, me and bruh, like we sitting on the porch. One of our off-book Panthers, he was on the porch. He was sitting out there with General. And we was like, bro, when he come up from this basement, we gonna have a very rigorous talk about what the actions that happened today, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he stayed down there forever. We thought he fell asleep.
And then walk in, he over there watching videos and shit. And they all came in and surrounded him.
Yeah, he thought we left. He waited down there so long, he thought we left because we was just outside. So he came up and started chilling. We came in. And we had questions like you. I mean, we had questions. And he just couldn't answer. It was a bunch of stuttering.
Imagine you show up for the weekend. So I like to think I'm a studious type of brother occasionally. So I came with my notebook and my pencil ready to take notes. Your national minister of information is here, and I didn't get no information the entire weekend, brother. I got more information from these women I'm already here working with in this city than these people that's supposed to come and teach me something. What is that? That's wrong. And these people see this stuff that is wrong, and they just let somebody tell them, no, it's not. And they say, yeah, you're right, it ain't. No, think for yourself. Use your mind. Use your own mind. Stop letting these people make up your mind for you. Think for yourselves, people. Please.
This is rather
critical, analytical thinker.
Did y'all put your email up in here? Did y'all email up in here?
Yeah, we put it in there. If you didn't see it, it's rpantherparty@gmail.com.
I'm gonna post Panther.
The letter R, pantherparty@gmail.com.
Hey, family, R Panther.
And if y'all got any questions in the comments, I mean, we live. You're more than welcome to ask whatever y'all want to ask.
I'm gonna open up the floor in a minute, but family, I do want to say this, family. Don't be scared to email if you want to support a cause. We got to build our trust back. I think the Revolutionary Black Panther Party understand that. They open themselves up for questions. Doesn't seem to be hesitant to respond to questions. So I think that it's only right that if you want to support a cause and you feel as though you need to ask a question, hit the email and ask the question. But don't close your heart to helping a good cause. I mean, come on now. Don't close your help just because somebody was a fool.
Don't let the enemy defeat you.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
And before I open the floor, matter of fact, I'm going to put the link in there. And I want everybody to, if you wish to come in, 322, I would love for you to come in, brother. And anybody else would like to come in, have a question or something. I like the brother. He said, we live. Come on in. So I'm throwing the link right now. Let's keep it short. It's 10:59 on the East Coast, but we're going to bring them back and highlight some of the great works that they've been doing. I love the political thing because we got a program that we move with called the Alliance for Political Accountability, where we talk to the public and we get the public involved because they need to be accountable too. The hood need to be accountable too. You know what I mean? And accountable to what? Accountable to making their voice be heard by coming together as one and making sure that we hold the politician that say that he's supposed to represent us or she's supposed to represent us, hold them accountable. And if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, get them gone and our numbers, put us in. That's the Alliance for Political Accountability that we work through the Moorish Science Temple of America. And so when you start talking political, I'm like, yes, because at any given day, all of them people that came to the march for Breonna Taylor, if all of them voted for Sister Armour, she would be in any political position overnight.
Yep.
Instead of holding the sign, all they got to do is press the button for any person that they want. Those numbers that was there could press a button for any person that they want. And every local position on a local level is the positions that makes the bigger difference. The president don't make no difference in your local politics. That stuff is way down the road. Local changes overnight. The check moves locally quicker than it do on a federal or national level. So with that being said, I got Sister Mo Black in the building, but I want to add this. Big Shirley, I'm the people's grand sheik, and you messed up, Big Shirley. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Get up, Bobby, Big Shirley. Get up, Bobby, Big Shirley, please. I don't want no trouble, Big Shirley. Get up, Bobby. You know you messed up, right? Let me get my peoples up in here. I got my peoples Mo Black. I got my brother Cryptonomics in here. But Crypt, you after Mo Black. Mo Black, how you doing, sis?
Peace, love, and light, Grand Sheik.
How you doing, sis? You know I love you, right?
I love you too, Grand Sheik.
You know we're family, right?
All day, every day.
Tell me something good, sis. What you guys say? Talk to me.
I want to dress General Muhammad. And I really do want, because the brother brought it up. And it kind of, made me feel some type of way. It really did, because I was one of the ones, me and another comrade was one of the ones he was trying to send out on her. I had enough sense to question it. It didn't sound right. I never heard her side. And at that time, I already were feeling like something was shady with Ali anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanna apologize to her.
But
I
you didn't do
want to
nothing wrong.
apologize for having that split second thought. You know what I'm saying? That go mode thought, that pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of shit he do. And he's sending certain ones out on certain people. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to apologize to her. And she probably didn't know. I don't know if she knew or she didn't. But I was one of the ones. I'm sure she know because Demira reached out to her. So I'm sure she know. But I want to apologize to you for that, General Hammer. But you know what I'm saying? I knew that shit wasn't right.
Thank you for, that's why I love sisterhood. Like, yeah, for a split second, you might have been thinking to do that, but then your sisterhood sense it kicked in and was like, no, that is not okay.
Right.
About sisterhood.
Right.
I'm not getting ready to go against my sister. I don't know her like that. I don't really know what's going on, and I know you manipulate me and use me for your evil ways. You see what I'm saying? But your righteousness kicked in. Thank you. You know what I mean?
And I want
this shit made me feel some type of way, Tahak. It did, because see, I didn't even know that they knew that. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even gonna come on the show tonight. But when the brother said that, I had to come on here and apologize to that woman, man. I had to apologize to that queen because that was wrong. That was wrong. And I feel ashamed because for a split second, I thought about it. That could have went all the way wrong, man. That was just totally against the grain. That was against the grain, Tahak.
Man, and you know what?
But there was one of those instances where common sense just, it kicked in like, man, what dude doing ain't right. What he doing ain't right. He trying to send me out on this woman. I don't even know what's going on, and he's only giving me his side. Why would you do that? I'm National Deputy Chief of Staff, and I'm hearing about all the good work they putting in. You see what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden, you want her to be exterminated. Really? Really? From my understanding, they got programs, they had schools. I mean, like everything go. I mean, like we didn't have no schools in other chapters. We may have had chapters that were doing, because it's a lot of nurses. Like they said, he bring in women. You know what I'm saying? And a whole lot of women had degrees, whether it was paralegal or being attorneys or RNs or medical assistants or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he used women. That's true. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, man, the shit fucked up. The shit fucked up. It's fucked up. And I'm gonna be honest with you. While I'm out, I think I need some motherfucking counseling behind this shit. I ain't even gonna lie. Cause right about now, I really want to do, I really want to pull up in Florida and bust his motherfucking ass up. That's really what the fuck I want to do. I'm sorry. I'm cursing again. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm cursing again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because I know they on you tough, man. They trying to shut you down. But I'm gonna tell you something, dog. It's real shit, man. If you need me, call me because I pull up. I do an in and out in that motherfucker because I like you, grand shit, and I be with it at all motherfucking times. Do you understand me? I don't like what they doing to you.
I understand.
I'm praying they come to my door. I hope they seeing the live. I hope they watching it right now.
But
pull up and blow shit because guess what? He got my address. Send him out. Send him out. Send him out. Grand shit, hit me up if you need me, man.
Hey, Mo, but like
I'm with it. I'm with it at all times. I'm with it. What you saying, Quinn?
General, response
Honestly, hit my inbox though. Like if you really do want to do some therapy, whatever, I'm a spiritual healer, I'm a tarot reader. I mean, I don't mind. Like, and that's another thing with, you know, going through certain situations and things we gotta heal. So I have that for you. Like seriously, like I can help you through that. That's what I do for a living.
I know. I follow you on Facebook. Well, we actually friends on Facebook. And what you do, I do the same thing. But right now I can't focus. And you know how when that focus is off and that energy is fucked up and you ain't on the right frequency, you know what I'm talking about. It's not, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? You can't at that moment. You gotta clear that. And right now it ain't clear. Cause I can't get over what's going on and what he did. I can't get over it. I mean I can, but it's bothering me.
I gotta say that, bruh, and I'm seeing that there's a lot of people in Louisville that didn't know about us, and that's what he did, right? He still got this Facebook page that he refused to delete that says RVP from Louisville, and so he's still recruiting for people. And I want all of y'all to know that's a false flag. Our Facebook page is RVP Blue, LOU. That Louisville shit is him, and you got to be careful what you attach yourself to because you might find yourself on somebody's list somewhere. Dead ass.
Exactly.
Hey,
I know a comrade right now that's on the list. I know a comrade right now, and I'm not gonna call a name, that just got out of jail. Sunday. Went to jail Friday on some setup. And I'm going to talk to you about that too, Tahaka. And we know who did it. It's sad. It's fucked up. But this is how he moves. This is what he do.
Let me say this. Hey, Sister Mo Black, we're going to bring you back on with Sister Alhambra and see if we can have some type of healing type of show on here. You know, I'll be checking on you, making sure you're good. You be checking on me, making sure I'm good. We have built relationships on this program, on this platform. And so we build lifetime relationships now. That's what we doing here. You know what I mean? With the ring. So sis, you know, you're always welcome back. And I'm definitely looking forward to bringing you back, especially hearing Sister Alhambra being one of the people that we can use for good. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But thank you, Sister Mo. I'm going to bring two other people in and then we're going to...
Black Power, General Hammer.
Black Power.
Black Power, Sim.
Black Power, comrades.
Please
keep it. What'd you...
So with that being said, I wanted to say that we planning, because of this show, many people have said that they need counseling. Many people that said that they haven't healed. Many people say that we need healing, and they use terminologies that just said that they haven't been able to bring closure. And so what me and my team is doing behind the scenes, we have discussed and we're planning a retreat for those who have experienced the trauma of joining a liberation organization, whatever they may be, not just the Black Power and the Revolutionary gun organization, if you will, but wherever. It could be religious, Moorish science, it could be Nation of Islam, it could be the church, whatever, that experience that they've been duped and that they haven't been able to get over it. We are going to do a retreat come this summer. And I would love to invite you to give your what you provide, whatever that is. I don't know in detail, but I just heard something right there. But we want to do some workshops, and you know, we want to bring people that have a success rate, a successful you know, I don't know, you know, something that shows that you have been successful, and that's what you do to bring people to closure so they can move forward. So if you want to, sis, after the show, you can forward me your information. I'll write it down. And as we begin to plan this retreat, I would love for you to come on board to help us and help our sisters and brothers who have experienced this, because a lot of people say they need healing.
Yeah, we all do. No one goes undone.
Indeed.
If you Black in America, you know what I mean? But definitely, I'll be at my pleasure, my honor. I would definitely
absolutely. So I'll be taking that information down after the show. Hold up, before I get 322 up in here, let me get Sis General Peace, sis. How you doing, sis?
Hello, family, revolutionary love.
How you
doing?
I want to clear something up. First of all, I've reached out to you personally to apologize to you about everything. Louisville was really the turning point for me. That was the first time I had ever met Ali in person after being in the party since 2014. When you put out that article, one of our comrades, and I'm in Nashville. I can be there in 3 hours. Whatever y'all need, y'all got a comrade here for sure. But one of our comrades shared your article. And I'm guilty of, like a lot of people, not reading the article. It just said RBPP in Louisville, and it had a picture of Ali. So I shared it, not reading the article, right? He gets hot, man. Don't be sharing all that. Take that down. I'm like, what's going on? So I was coming from Detroit back to Nashville. I went to go visit my best friend in Detroit, and I went to see my people in Flint. Y'all know I started the Flint RBPP chapter, Stand Up Flint. You know what I'm saying? So I was out that way. And so I wanted to be there for the Breonna Taylor. Ali would not give me the same hotel as everyone else. I stayed at the Motel 6 right there by the interstate. You know what I'm talking about? All the other companies. And I couldn't understand why. I'm like, why am I being separated from everybody? So I volunteered for breakfast. It was Mo's son, Ali's daughter, Ali's very young girlfriend. It was several people. And so since it was my first time meeting him, I was like, all right, breakfast on me. He was like 3 hours late. So we got there and he was mad about me sharing the article. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? So me and Mo were standing right next to each other. And I opened the article and I started reading it. And it's where y'all said that y'all couldn't verify him and all that. And he put his hand over my phone and would not let me read the article and was like, no. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, let me read all of this. He was like, no, but do you see what I responded? I said, I didn't even see what she said yet. So that was the first thing that was real, real fishy to me. Anybody who doesn't want both sides to get out is real, real fishy. But to tell me and Mo Black, now I'm there with my husband, my daughter who was 9 years old at the time. Mo is there with her very young son. You gonna tell us to go jump somebody? Now, the fact that I hear y'all now doing martial arts, we would have got our ass whooped. I'm glad we didn't, because I don't know martial arts.
Talking to us, sis.
I know. I'm glad that I didn't put myself in that position, but also you're another sister doing the work. So I'm going to tell you how you originally got on my radar. You know, I'm conflict resolution. I'm national MODHQ. I'm also national deputy chief of staff. He told me to block you about a year ago, a year before this. He sent us all messages talking about, look what's on their shirt. They got a white panther and they got a white fist. I'm like, well, I have my bachelor's in graphic design, so I know how. I said, it looks like it's just on a black shirt and they needed it for contrast. It don't say nothing about no white panther nowhere, but he was making it seem like we're encouraging white panthers. And I had to look at it for myself and I said, that's not what it looks like to me. It might have been a bad.
Honestly, those was free shirts to us by the man that prints our shirts because his printing press broke to make our original official shirts. So those were actually just free shirts so that we could still be in uniform when we were serving food in the community. They were just free shirts, but they hard though. But yeah, they were those were free shirts just because a printing press went down. That's it.
Right, and we do need to be cognizant of things because of representation and how symbolism can appear to the outside world. But in contrast to that, I saw y'all were doing the work. I saw everything you had together. I saw you out there feeding the people. I saw all that. So what matters to me is your character and if you're out here helping our people. So for him to send me and Mo away from our children to go fight somebody who's doing work, I can do it. I said, you lost your damn mind. I said, this is very reminiscent of Milwaukee when he kicked that girl in the stomach. I said, I don't fight my people. Y'all can look at my looking up everybody's charges. I got a couple of assault with a deadly weapons charges, and they all on white people. Every one of them. Okay, I ain't never fought my people. Never.
Black power. But see, I had made a statement. Dr. Umar Johnson came to the city not too long ago. He was here for the Breonna Taylor, but he was doing a book signing and we was doing security, right? And one of the statements I made was, it was addressing the violence in the community with our brothers. And what I was saying was, when you're in jail, dead, up the rip, whatever's going on with you, it leaves the woman out here naked, and they can come for us. And this is that same situation. They can now come to the women and do that same trick that they did back with the gangs back in the 60s, back in the day, you feel me? And now they want to use women to go out and create acts of violence on one another. See what I'm saying? That's why I said brotherhood got to get tight too, because if we are out here vulnerable, we can be manipulated. Not saying that women are weak, but we can be manipulated. You know what I'm saying? Like real life. And we don't want it to be a situation where we're going against each other. See what I'm saying? Yeah. We gotta figure out what we do.
Louisville was in for me. I don't know if y'all know who Tay Ellis is on Facebook, and I hate to call him out. That's my boy. I think so. He was the one who brought all the guns for Ali that day. So I know he's been writing down serial numbers, but I'm trying to get in touch with Tay because he's actually doing the work in his city. He drove all the way there. All the guns that Ali had were Tay's guns, and so Tay now is kind of in the middle. Like, how do we know? I don't think he really believes Ali is an agent. So I hope he's watching this to see we can't all be lying, bro. And all them guns you brought, you need to switch them out and do something else, because he wrote the serial number down. Alli Muhammad, the O is for operative. You better believe that. Like this, he don't care. All of our families are in danger because, and I'm sitting there. I know I'm like, why are they standing behind my car? I guess he wrote down my tag number or whatever. I mean, just everything the brother did was sketchy. But one thing I want to clear up that you said he came with no money. I saw he had a knot in his pocket, about $4,000 or $5,000 at least. So the thing is, he makes other people spend their money, so he doesn't have to. He lives in a gated community, in a bomb house, because everybody else is paying for his stuff. And so that homely look, that's a facade. That is a facade. Or maybe because he's from the Caribbean, they used to dressing like that. I don't know. But that's another thing I said earlier, like, being that you're not from the States, you don't have that same sense of, your family didn't go through Jim Crow and didn't go through the civil rights movement like we did. Like, you're not investing in it the way we are. That shit don't move you the way it moves us. So there's a lot of things that are really about him. Also, I don't know why nobody has brought up his relationship with Nasir yet, but that is crazy. I think Nasir, but the fact that when we were there, if he's supposed to be, the right-hand man, we were out to eat. And he was sending him to he was like, oh, my drink isn't sweet enough. Go get me some more honey. Now, while me, him, and Mo are talking about what's going on in Louisville, and he's sending us over, trying to tell us where you are and all this stuff, which I'm like, I'm headed back to Nashville right now. My husband got to be at work in 3 hours. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody finna go do that. But he was sending Nasir to get honey for his drink. And then he came back. He's like, still not sweet enough, and handing it back to him. They stayed in the same room with one bed. He follows him in the bathroom and stuff. That is the sketchiest relationship I've ever seen. Yeah.
Oh, my.
One of these things.
We had questions about that too. It's interesting that you said that. Go ahead.
That's way too close.
But I want to ask about that in a second. General, we're going to do another one, but I want to get the other guests in before we get to 11:30. So I salute you. Now we're going to do this again, though. We're going to bring this all back and we're going to reminisce because we need to find out if we with the Rainbow Coalition. Peace and love, sis.
If y'all need anybody Nashville, hit me up. I'm Tiffany in the chat. I'm General Zamir. If y'all need me, hit me up. I'm always here. And that goes for everybody.
Black power.
Yeah, we're going to bring it all together real soon. With that being said, I can't let nobody else in because it's getting towards 11:30. But let me see if I can get Crip first, and then I'll let. Oh man, where'd Crip go? Oh, Crip just left. Man, I was about to get you in, Crip. But I got to get my brother 322 in. What's up, 322? What it do, big bro?
Assalam, brother Bay. Assalam. Assalam. Salute to the Revolutionary Black Panthers of Louisville, Kentucky.
Uh-oh. Hey,
go ahead, brother.
When you get that from 322, you done did something. Because he be paying attention. And I'm telling you, I'll be all excited like, there we go, we got it. And he'll come on here and say, now listen, I think y'all ever see him on the show before?
Yeah,
I be all excited. He'll come right in and like rain on my parade, right? I be like, yeah, all right. And he'll go, Brother Bay. And then he'll look at the camera and say, listen, I think you lying. I think you a fraud. Like,
that's community.
That's
Absolutely,
that's
brother.
supposed to be.
That's an asset.
That's
brother.
accountability. We need that.
y'all ain't never see him do that on the show before?
Yeah.
Man, he did it a couple times. I be like,
I'm telling you, man, I started watching all of this at the fundraiser show, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, man. Every other episode, something else came out, some more mess hit the fan, and I just couldn't believe. I'll start hearing about all of these women. I just don't understand how any of this mess was allowed to happen. How did you let this stuff happen? How did it get this far?
yes.
You see what I mean?
So 322, what you got to add, brother, before we get out of here, brother? Talk to me, brother. You've been watching,
Brother,
you've been following this. What do you think, brother?
I won't be long, brother, but I'll be strong. I'm glad that you finally got the weeds out so we can get to the grassroots. I'm like, we are tired of all these distractions from the people, you know, and salute to you and exposing all these different frauds and these people that's actually are profitizing off the people's lack of understanding as far as with revolutionary groups and liberation. But I like the particular people you got right now, the Revolutionary Black Panther Party of Louisville. I like what the young brother was saying, as far as when you want to feed the people, you ain't got to come out with the guns to feed the people when you're doing that work. And then when you bringing out the guns, you bringing out the guns to use them, not to parade around and
Facts.
do, you know, things such as that as a parade. It's about helping our people. That's what it's about. Helping our people. But the fact that those people was coming at you with so much, you know, negativity and heat and pulling up, but yet we got all these atrocities with all our young children, men and women being killed by race soldiers, walking around every day and not pulling up on them. So, getting back to your guests, I'm glad to see that we finally have some actual grassroots so we can build upon. You see, because that's what it's about, helping our people during this time. And you know, Brother Bay, like I said before, man, you done it again. Man, I'm proud of you, man. You done it again, brother.
Man, hey, that's big from you, brother, because you don't put you know cut on it, man. I be nervous. You know, you ever see one of them shows where you waiting for the judges to give you your number? When he come on there, I'm like, oh, I gotta go home. I ain't a winner this week. But like brother, we need brothers like you that is going to cut and be a straight shooter, straight from here. And we got another one beside you, brother. So I appreciate everything that you do and all your contributions.
Hey, salute, brother. Salute. Black love, baby. Black love. Take care.
Indeed. Peace, my brother. And we got another one. Here he come. That are gonna make us nervous a little bit. Cryptonomics. That's my guy.
What it do?
This
What's up, Grand Chief?
I'm good, my brother. This my guy. But he gonna make me nervous. I'm gonna tell you.
Nah, man. Nah, I just wanted, you know,
a great shooter and make me nervous. But let me tell you, I would rather have friends that's gonna tell me the truth, even if it hurt my feelings, than a friend that lied to me and I can't trust them when I turn my back. So I gotta accept Crip. Come on, Crip, come with it.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep it low key tonight, right? But I appreciate the content, brother. And just like the brother that was on before me, you're getting to some well-needed information that's going on behind the scenes. Nobody else is talking about this. But what I really wanted to say tonight is, notice how everybody is picking on Taharka Bay. Notice how everybody is doing that. Family, that is a deflection. the ultimate deflection. You know why? Because we keep bringing on, or Harker Bay keeps bringing on guest after guest after guest after guest who are exposing these people. Why haven't they addressed these claims that have been made by these people, their comrades, the people that they was out in the street with, Ali, Crystal? None of them have addressed none of that. Instead, they're talking about pulling up on somebody. I wish they pull up on me. That'd be the last pull up they do. But what I'm gonna say is that's gonna be the last pull up they do, because we don't roll like that down here either. But they haven't addressed any of this, and that too is a red flag. That's a major red flag. They haven't, and Taharka Bay is not the one saying this, so he shouldn't even be the focus. He just has the platform. He is just providing a platform for people to be heard. And when they speak, they get quiet. They deflecting. They're over there. They streaming right now. They got Kendrick on there running his mouth with his fire emojis, and all these other dudes just sitting back up under their sheets and looking at TV. I mean, come on. This is serious business for the people that take it serious. So there shouldn't be no memes. There shouldn't be no pull-up gangs. There shouldn't be none of that talk. This is serious stuff, and that lets you know when people are doing stuff like that, they're not serious. And then if they're not even addressing the claims that have been made by the people who are out here taking it seriously, they think y'all joke. Mo Black was on here. I mean, she about to go into tears with it. You know what I'm saying? It's real stuff. People really mean well for their people out here. These clowns over here, man, they lost. They lost, but just understand that, family. Taharka Bay is not the focus. Go back and watch all these streams where all these people are talking about Ali, talking about Crystal. They deflecting on all these streams. They're not answering anything, and that's what you have to focus in on. It's not Taharka Bay. He just got the platform, and I'm thankful for the platform, brother, because without it, none of this. And hey, and also, brother, this is documented now. This is documented. This is something that we don't normally do. We usually word of mouth people, right? We pass stuff down generation to generation, and the story get distorted. You can't distort this now. It's documented. It's on video. It's on live. You can pull it up at any time you want to. So, and I think this is a new day. We're gonna turn the corner.
To add to that, Cryptonomics, you are absolutely right. You know what I noticed? I noticed that the same thing that floats through all of our organizations, that everything is swept under the rug or it's word of mouth. And when you challenge it, the challenge exists in a certain space, and then it's gone. And then the manipulation and the corruption carry on. But because I got such a big mouth, because I'm so animated.
That's all right, though. That's all right, bro.
And because I got my research skill paints such a pretty picture of an ugly situation. Now that's very intimidating to the corrupt one.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Many people would think because I'm a Moorish American that I wouldn't have a horse in the race. But let me inform you. I am you and you are me. I don't let ideology separate me from my people.
Facts.
I just don't do that. It's not something that I do. I understand things from we talk about in the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Moroccan Empire, and we say that it extends from northwest, southwestern shores of Africa all the way into the Americas. And I'm pretty sure from the northwestern, southwestern shores of Africa, and the language that was spoken in the Americas probably wasn't the same language, but because they are the same people, they're able to relate, do commerce, and solve social issues in the same way on one side of the water as the other side of the water. And when they come together, they're able to relate and prosper together. So I don't see things like the average person see things. I see us as one collective. I see us as the lions and the lambs. You know what I'm saying? The lions trying to devour the lamb. I want to roll with the lamb. I want to roll with the common people. I want to roll with the regular people. And I want to fight this lion that's trying to devour us. even if the lion is personified in our skin. We're gonna fight this lion. The lambs is gonna get together and fight this lion. You ain't gonna devour us, and that's just what it is. And so, Morris World TV provides this platform for those that would not be heard on this level. They'll be heard, but not on this level. And praise the Lord for that, family. And thank you for being able to come out and speak, because you may have saved somebody's life that's coming behind you.
Right.
That's right.
And this is like the brother said, man. We, you know, like I said earlier, we wouldn't do this all the time, but we thought this was the perfect space to do this. And this ain't just for everybody watching nationally. This is for our people in Louisville, because they've had some questions too. The people who ain't, you know, close to the movement or with us as close as others are. They've had, well, I'm here, I'm seeing this, and I saw that, and I saw that Wave interview, and I don't know. And so this is why we did this. So this can be documented. So we ain't got to revisit this no more. You can understand what happened. You see what I'm saying? And either you with it, not, you know what happened. Just think, you know, I'm from Moorish America too, brothers. But just think if when the prophet died, if he actually wrote down who this goes to, it was documented. This is where we gonna go. This is who's gonna take it over. This is where we go move. Then we would, you know, we wouldn't have three types of Muslims right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we chose to do this right now. Not only for everybody in the world to be careful, but for our people here to understand, like, we're here, we've been putting in work. If you want to come see us, man, you always more than welcome to come help us serve the community.
And let me break down this science real quick. My brother Haru said we need lions. Let me tell you the whole science. The whole science is ultimately that the lion and the lamb lay down together and they wake up in the morning and nobody be harmed. But right now, the lamb is being devoured by the lion. The lion need to stand down and understand that we are in this fight for this universe to become balanced together. But at this point, the lion is devouring the lamb because he thinks the lamb is weak. But at the end of the day, the lion and the lamb have to come on general mutual terms and understand that it's us against the elements surrounding us in order for we to carry on into the next generation. And so the lion and the lamb, at one point, the lion got to come to its senses and find out that he don't have to eat the lamb. And we can all prosper together at the end of the day. So that's the true science of Morris science, that all come together at the end.
Hey, real talk though, they look like a bunch of hyenas to me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So thank you, Cryptonomics. I'm gonna let you take us out, brother. You know, brother, you won me over, brother, when I wasn't doing nothing, and I admit I was trolling. You know what I mean? Seeing what they saying about me. Every once in a while, I put my name in and just to see what people talk about. And brother, you was going to bat for me in my absence. And ain't no better friend to have is one that will fight for you when you don't even know it.
Facts, bro. We got you, man. We got you. You got a whole bunch of friends now. You got a whole bunch of friends. Trust.
Hey,
I'm
bro,
out, bro.
You know how many people that have called me and say what you need me to do? I said, we good. But salute, Crip. I'm gonna let our guests take us out, and then we're gonna move on into the next show. Peace and love. So with that being said, family, I would love for y'all to take us out with some closing words. Make sure that you put in the chat your social media, where people can reach you, where people can contact you. We're going to revisit this. And I would love for y'all just lay down some of the works that you have done as it relates to the political stuff that y'all are doing. How did you get in contact with this candidate? How did you create a relationship with this candidate? Some of the grassroots stuff that people can learn from you so they can try to implement in their hometown. Because at the end of the day, this is what we need. We need you in every city. You follow what I'm saying? So we're going to bring you back on that note, because Ali is yesterday's news.
Right. Facts. Black power to that, bro.
You mean, hey, we here now. You old news. Got a couple Porsche trucks, couple old schools. I like it. push your cap backwards. But I'm a real Christian and don't like rappers. Y'all remember that, Master J? I'm a real Christian and don't like rappers. But with that said, that's what that's what we need to do. We need to push them into the back. So the next few shows after my guests come in, I got a few more guests coming in, but after those shows, we're going to push them into the back. They gets no more light on this show, but every once in a while, we're going to revisit it just to keep our foot on the neck so they won't fool people, because with this social media, people love to reinvent themselves and come back and try to act like they didn't cross the people. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to keep our foot on their neck, but we ain't going to keep on giving you no light and wasting our airtime on you. So you yesterday's news, Ali. You yesterday's news, Crystal. Big Shirley. But with that being said, y'all can take us out. The floor is yours. And as you close, you let me know when you finish, and we'll shut them down. Peace and love.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm glad we were able to come on and set the record straight. We are doing the works in the community. If you want to continue to follow us or get involved in any type of way, look on our Facebook page. Again, it's RBPP Lou, LOU. So RBPP LOU. You can also hit us up by email, and that's rpantherparty@gmail.com. Again, we do have a GoFundMe account, a fundraiser that we're currently working on. And it's in the description box. I think he put the link. There's the link that's in there. If you go into the campaign, it'll see how all monies are appropriated and how it's broken down. And if you still need more clarity on what that is and what that looks like, again, you can reach us by email at rpantherparty@gmail.com. And thank you for your time and your energy.
I just want to say, man, I appreciate being able to come in this space where we can talk as brothers and sisters, hold each other accountable, and make sure that the real work is being done and that we can dispel a lot of the bullshit. Because like we mentioned earlier, man, we're not outnumbered, we're out organized, and organization takes coordination. It takes everybody being with the same vision. We don't all have to be necessarily on the same page. As long as we're in the same book with the same vision, we can get to where we need to go. And I thank Brother Bay for allowing us to use this platform, for inviting us on, man. Anytime you want us to come back, like you said, bro, it's all Islam, bro. We appreciate you. We appreciate you having this platform for the community. See what I'm saying? Not a lot of platforms like this, and this space is needed. Because I've had to do a lot of preaching in the Louisville community about people calling each other out in public, on Facebook, in places like that. And it's like, no, yes, they were wrong, but to call them out in front of the enemy is even more wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's handle this stuff behind closed doors. We're going to have a day of reckoning where everybody's going to have to sign up or sign off. And that's coming very soon. So you don't have to call people out. The day of reckoning is coming. If they think them lily white suburban houses and assimilating it into certain cultures is gonna keep them safe, at the end of the day, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. So we don't have to call each other out, man. Let's just do the work with each other. Click up with those who's like-minded and keep it moving from there. Make sure our community gets what we need. And I appreciate you, bro. Islam, anytime.
Islam, and let me add this, brother, because to your point, man, I'm trying to tell you, brother, you be echoing my sentiments. I be like, just get with like-minded people.
Right. That's it, man.
Because that's what the idiots and the fools are doing. Idiots and the fools are with idiots and fools. And if you're not an idiot and fool, you're going to get away from them idiots and fools.
All right.
But don't go solo. Get with like-minded, intelligent people that walk in wisdom. You know what I mean? Right. That already know the outcome before they even move.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But with that being said, the floor is yours, my brother.
Right, brother. I'm going to say thank you again. We appreciate everything you're doing. Again, I want to apologize that all this came about from you trying to help your people, brother. It's preposterous and ridiculous to think. But I just want to introduce myself. I'm the National, International, Intergalactic, Cosmic, Grand High Big Brother Almighty. Just, I noticed that our people are starving. Our people need something so bad that they're just willing to attach themselves to anything and put their resources into anything. So just do a little bit of study. Just look into what you're getting into. Take care of each other, love each other, and that's really all. It's all it's about, man. Just taking care of each other and love each other. We'll go farther than you think. Just doing those two things. Y'all be safe. One love, peace, and blessings.
And family, we're going to try to do an update next week, and I would love to do an update and bring some sisters on about some healing conversations. But I want to thank you for trusting me with your information. So because some people may feel as though that I'm using information as a weapon or as to antagonize or even to divide our people. The only thing I want to do is divide the fake from the real. That's it.
Right.
Brother, we can't be responsible for how other people feel or interpret the messages we put out.
Yeah. But I just want to thank y'all for trusting me with your message, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother say, we didn't go to these Europeans because all these European platforms, but you trusted me with your message. Means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that your message is consistent with my message. Real talk. So I want to thank you for that, family. All right. Peace and love, family. Family, let me tell you. Thanks, family. So let me,
Black Power.
Black Power.
Indeed. So, family, let me tell y'all, we got coming up, family, tomorrow. Listen, all right. So tomorrow night, we got Jamal. Jamal is coming up, and he wants to give a presentation. So I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. But we got a presentation from Jamal. Do y'all want to see a presentation from Jamal? He said he got receipts on people that I've did a presentation on that'll make mine look like kindergarten. He didn't say that, but basically he ready. He been ready for a minute. So I'm open to watch. You know what I mean? I'm open to watch, and I want to see if he make my receipts look like small talk. Let me give a shout out to my brother Servant Collecting. Servant Collecting TV, you know everything is good because I ain't call you. You know everything is good in the Big Horn State because I ain't call you. If I would have called you, then I would have thought I was in danger. Serving and collecting. Are you there, brother? I ain't call you. It was all a hoax. It wasn't real. It was a photo op. Serving and collecting. I want you to keep serving and collecting for your family. I didn't dispatch you. The Grand Sheik didn't dispatch you. Serving and collecting. No, I need you to keep serving and collecting for your family. Them people them people came for a picture. You follow me? That's right. You don't endanger yourself for fools. A wise person never endanger themselves for fools. They don't know that I got a whole family of people ready to move right on their doorstep. Right on their doorstep. But I don't want to see my people hurt. I just want to see my people get right. I just want to see my people get right. I don't want to see my people hurt. Another family lost, another family hurt, another family broke, another child heading down the wrong road because they don't have the hope that a parent can give them, we don't need that, man. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? So, family, I see y'all tomorrow. We got Jamal coming in. And I'm going to just sit back and enjoy the show tomorrow because he claimed he got nothing but receipts. I don't know what his receipts on. I don't know if they on Crystal. I don't know if they on Ali. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the show with both of y'all. I said with both of y'all. I'm going to get me some kombucha. Let me turn it around because they're not paying me. I'm going to get me some kombucha and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to get me I like these they called vegetable crackers. It's made out of all vegetables. You can't believe that. They make crackers out of vegetables. I mean, I'm gonna get me some vegetable crackers and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna listen to see what Jamal got. You know what I mean? With that being said, Shah. Salute to Shah. Shah over there trolling. He over there trolling. He trolling with the hey Shah. Man, them people gonna make you dizzy over there, man. Them people be talking in circles, man. They gonna make you but just like they chase the ambulance and they chase tragedy, let them chase Morse World TV. We're gonna turn the corner on them in a minute. They ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about. We're gonna turn the corner on them. We go. After we get everybody that have experienced the tragedies with Ali, if they want to speak out, we're going to give them the platform to speak out, and then we're going to turn the corner. But then on Thursday, I got a surprise. I got a brother, Maurice X, coming on the show. Thursday going to be a surprise. We got a big week here. Thursday going to be a surprise. Crip, I don't know, you might not like Maurice. Maurice said he got them. He got some good conversation. Yeah, he said he want to talk about Malik. Malik might be mad at me after Thursday. He might be mad at me after Thursday. But let me tell you something. If somebody come on here and say something about anybody, I will give the person the opportunity to respond. So if a brother come in here and say something about Malik got the ability to come to respond. I will sit back and hear both sides. The objective is to filter out and to weed out the nonsense so we can move forward on true liberation. And if it's from a revolutionary perspective, so be it. The real revolutionary must come forward. With that being said, Crip say he ain't got. He duped you. He duped you. Crip say he duped. Look, hey Crip, I got mine. I ain't read it yet. I'm too busy. I ain't read it yet, but I'm gonna take time and read it when I get time, man. I'm gonna read it when I get time. But salute, family. Everybody, thumbs up. And I wanna definitely say this. This is my closing thought. I want to thank everybody who hit the Cash app. I want to thank you seriously. And I know I say it, but I want to say it again. When you hit the Cash app, just like earlier today, I could reschedule myself. Actually, I didn't have much to do today except for to take this hand truck that I was using at this job site back, grab a load of debris and get it out of there and keep it moving. But because, and yes, we need the finance. That's why we work. You know what I mean? Got to take care of family. But when you hit the Cash app, you give me the ability to make choices. Financial freedom gives you the ability to make choices where I can say, well, you know what? I'm going to go live this day. I'm going to go live twice today. I'm going to go live this day, that day. Because I'm going to work right here. I'm going to work right there. I'm going to work right here, work there. So that gives me the ability. And I thank you for that. I'm doing what I love to do. I love to research. I love to present. I love to engage with you. And you making it possible for me to do that is a beautiful thing. And you give me the ability to do it more often than I could normally do it, because a lot of this time would be out there working somewhere, because I own my own business, but I still got to get my hands dirty. You see what I'm saying? So I want to thank you personally for all the support that you give in the Cash App and that you give into the $ demonstration. You follow me? What that is, what they call that. I forget what they call it. You know what I'm talking about. So I appreciate it. Yes, Dolores, appreciate you, sis. All that you do, you know, Crip and everybody. I can't name everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I want to say I thank you, because it does. It gives me the ability to do these shows. And do y'all know how much it takes to do this research? I know it be flowing on there. Man, them researchers and putting them slides together, they take hours. They take hours to do. Not only putting it together, but you notice I put it together like a storyline. You know what I mean? I put it together like a story. Do anybody look at how I put the slides together? Press 1 if you really understand how I put the slides together. It tells a whole story. You feel what I'm saying? And so just think about this, and this is for anybody that want to be a presenter. The first thing is you got to come up with the thought. What is the main thought? You know, not that someone is a fraud, but the main thought is this person not only is a fraud, but can I show the step by step process of the fraud? And can I show it with receipts? Can I show it with receipts? Can this receipt show this action? Can that receipt show that action? Thank you, family. That means if you press 1, that means you actually understand what it takes and you can appreciate it. And so I want to thank you for tuning in, because it does take work, but I love the picture that it paints of an ugly situation. It paints a beautiful picture of an ugly situation. And again, we got Jamal Cannon coming in tomorrow, and it's going to be nice. So peace and love, family. Thank you, everybody. Thank to my brother Demetrius. He was on that K-Boy head tonight, boy. Good goodness. I ain't even gonna mention his name. He was on his head tonight. Good goodness. Crip was on his head tonight. Salute, family. And thanks to my brother Sonny Boxing back in the building. He's been super busy, but he's one of the famous moderators here on Moorish World TV, my good Moorish brother. Thank for all his support and all the things that he do to make sure that we keep the trolls at a decent pace, at arm distance. Because you get past arm distance, bam, you gonna get that. Stay right there. Stay right there, bam, you'll get socked. Peace and love, family. Salute, family.